Bright and early, I have my comfy clothes on. It's a little chilly out here. I have geese flying around. They've been honking non-stop, and then I've had pheasants flying back and forth, and it's pretty cool to see that. Still have frost on the grass, and Sammy's been out here having a good old time. And I want to talk about a question and an observation that I received at 2 a.m. this morning. Phone goes off. I happened to look over, pick it up, and the first thing I read was, "Is golf really this simple?" And then after that, it says, "I've never hit the golf ball this well in my life. How come this isn't taught more mainstream?" Okay, so there's a couple questions and an observation. Now, those of you that follow me know that I'm very big on the club face staying square to the swing arc throughout the swing, and the rotation of your arms happens in the shoulder sockets, and the hands work like this, okay, just like you're throwing a ball, okay. There's none of this twisting going on. Now, I still see a little bit of the twisting taught. I saw a instructor who's a good friend of mine teaching golfers to roll the club open and then roll their forearms to shut the club face. And another one that was teaching to really pull down on the handle and at the last minute turn the wrist down to achieve that tour pro contact. Now, there's 100 ways to play the game. I don't bash on how anybody teaches. I just feel my approach is extremely efficient. Now, I started off with what I call the swinging gait, which is the club just doing this around your center. You can do it with your trail arm, and then you can do it with your lead arm, okay? Now, golfers that send the feedback of why they struggle when I do my game assessments when they first become members is, number one, their grip, okay? Number two, of course, posture and ball position. And then the takeaway of the golf swing seems to get a lot of golfers in trouble simply because there's some compensations that have to be made. Now, there's some really quirky golf swings that are in the Hall of Fame, and there's some on tour right now that are very effective. Now, are they as efficient as others? I mean, that can be debated. Now, once your grip is correct, once your posture is correct, and then you have the ball position in the right spot, when you understand that you can just lever the golf club back like this, and basically I'm just taking my hand and doing this, that's really going to set you up for a very good takeaway. And you can see how my body is responding to that, okay? Now, when it comes to hitting the golf ball, you have to control the path, the club face, and then of course the angle of approach. Now, what I have here is I have a golf ball which I'm going to hit. Then I have this that represents 12 o'clock, this that represents 1, and this that represents 11. Now, so many golfers, when they make a swing, they throw everything out and they swing across to that 11 o'clock. Now, if that's a desired shot shape where you're trying to hit a big kind of a pull fade or maybe a little bit of a pull cut, that's fine. Most golfers want that straight shot, or they want that shot that draws a little bit. So I gave him this drill, and he would get set up and he would rehearse just taking the club back to here and then delivering it out to that 1 o'clock position. And he instantly felt an improvement in his ball striking. So it's just here, there. And now the reason that moved out of the way was because when I hit the golf ball, even though I feel like I'm swinging that direction, okay, the golf club is going to come into impact on that path, and then it's going to move to the left because the swing is an arc. And a lot of golfers that have adopted that and use this drill, and this to me is one of the top drills you can do. They've really noticed a really big increase in their ball striking and their distance, and then of course how accurate they are. They really understand how when the club face goes past, they don't have to roll it down to shut it. It just finishes in this position like that. And I have them start out with little pitch shots. So they go ahead, they get set up, and I'll say, okay, this one swings straight. This one feel like you go out to the right a little bit. So this one will be straight. So we're going to take it back, straight. Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to swing more to that 1 o'clock position. So back 1 o'clock, there you go. When you're doing this, I want to see you start off with these little pocket to pocket shots. And you'll be amazed at the control you have of your path. And as you get better, we'll add a little bit more body, and then we can start working on different clubs as far as the longer clubs, 5-iron. I brought one out here real quick. Let's go ahead and hit one of those. Okay, there we go. So there's my 5-iron. I have to move this over a little bit. Ball in my stance right there. So I'm definitely going to feel that I'm going here and swinging out to 1. Here we go. And that ball was hit very solid without much effort. So when you're doing this, you'll probably notice your backswing is getting right around here somewhere, which is fine. And if it goes inside just a little bit, that's fine. And if it goes out just a little bit, that's fine. We just want to eliminate the extremes that cause us to make compensations. So this works with every club in the bag, and every student that is doing it they're kind of blown away by how simple it is. And what's really happening is you're going here and the club is swinging past your center, okay? And then with the lead arm, it's swinging past your center. And when you put both hands together, it's swinging past your center. And there's no twisting of the club face because the motion is this right here. I've heard a few different teachers who I greatly respect talk about this, just like this. There's none of this, okay? Unless you have to hit a big, massive hook to get out of trees, and we don't want to try to do that, but it's just like this. It's just like throwing a ball. So just take it back, throwing the ball. Take it back, throwing the ball. Take it back, throwing the ball, just like this. So when you're here again, this time I'm going to swing right down the middle. So back, there you go. And I'm not putting a ton of body into it at this point because when I'm swinging, when the club comes around here, I actually feel like I push back on this lead hip, and that turns my hips to open up. And that's the next part of building. So when you get to the course, start off, put a couple golf balls or some tees down, and hit little wedges, little wedge shots. Hit one that starts out to the right, so you're going to go back there. That one I kind of feel like I toe to touch. See here? This one I'll exaggerate more over there. So here we go. Back. Again, still straight. And a lot of people are baffled by that. They think that the golf ball is going to go over there because they have the thought of swinging that way. But what happens, I want you to watch, when I'm coming down, you can see my club face is square. I really have to try to go that way to get the golf ball to shoot really far to the right. So practice these little pocket to pockets. We'll go straight on this one, back, through, and it makes the game pretty darn simple. there's not a lot to think about because you understand how the club does this, all right? You understand how the club does this, and then when you put both hands on there, you just control which way the club is moving at impact. But you must be relaxed in your shoulder sockets, lead shoulder, trail shoulder, because you want the club to be able to swing past you as you're moving all together. That's how we sequence everything out. So this is a fantastic little section. I had to share it with you. This drill and this thought will make you better. I mean, I guarantee it.